Okay. Oh, little dog's come to join us as well. He's not that well today. Hey, poor little mutt. Oh, he's going to the groomers tomorrow. Oh. Right, so as requested, we're going to do a little bit of specific neck work today. And I'm also going to work on some balance work because everyone's balance is not necessarily brilliant, but it seems to have got a little bit worse over COVID. So I wanted to address that a little bit specifically as well. But if we make a start on some neck work, because what we're finding is that obviously everyone's not at their desk, they're not in the right place of work, and everyone is doing that and hunching over. So we've got lots and lots of neck and upper back problems. So we're going to address that first. So actually, we're going to start down. So if you want to just come and take a seat, get yourself comfortable. So wherever's comfortable, tucked under, cross-legged, legs in front of you, wherever's more comfortable. And one of the most important things to do, particularly if you're at a desk, it doesn't matter if that's in your house or at the actual desk when you do go back, is to spend a little bit of time just pushing your shoulders down and just giving them a little roll, because you're going to be doing that all the time. And if you can just counterbalance that and push them backwards, that's really, really going to help. This specific is super easy, and also you can do it at your desk, so you don't sort of feel like an idiot sort of, you know, flailing around in the middle of your desk. So it's very subtle, but it actually is really, really helpful. So if you can think about doing this even a couple of times a day, or if you sort of just don't even think about it, once you get to your car or you get home, just do this, and it really, really does help. So I'm actually going to do this to the side so you can see what I'm doing. It should be a little easier, but I'll look over when required. So first things first, I would like you to just pick your bum up and go right onto your sit bones. So as if I've taken a pole and put it all the way up your back, so your back's nice and straight. No matter where you're sitting, you can do that. So rolling our shoulders. And as I say to you all the time, try and think really about the roll, not just, oh, she's asked me to roll, so I'm going to do this. Think up, all the way around and down my back. It's like a little tiny mini self-massage. So hands can do what they want to do, down by the sides, in your lap, wherever's fine. Just think about those big circles and deliberate, really deliberate. Roll it, roll it. Okay, now let's go the other way. A little bit tougher. So what I don't want you to do is that. Don't start doing that. So the rod is still all the way down your back, okay? So you can't stoop. Up, up and forward. Let's do one more. That's it. Right, okay. So they should be feeling a little bit more relaxed. What I'd like you to visualize, and even if you want to close your eyes to do this, is that I'm behind you and I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on your shoulders. So roll them up and sit them back. Now I'm behind you and I'm just doing that. Okay, just a little bit lower. Your head should be looking forwards, and then I want you to put your chin to your chest. So looking down towards your chest, and you should immediately feel quite a strong stretch. This is the thing that you should do at your desk. Roll your shoulders and then drop your head, and try and drop it as low as you can, but at the same time as if I'm holding onto your shoulders and pushing them down. Now, if you've got this right, and I'm not particularly tense or stressed in this area, I can feel this. So if it is really, really tight, then you should feel it. Bring your head up and just release. Let's do the same thing again. So roll it up and back. So I've got my hands pressured. If you want to close your eyes and visualize, then you bring your head down. Really, really push that down. Keep your back straight and just try to breathe. Breathe into this. Keep visualizing that I've got some weight on your shoulders. Now, you can also do this if you do happen to have some little weights. You can hold on to them. Okay, bring your head up and relax down. Okay, let's do that one more time. It should feel quite strong. So if it is feeling quite strong and you're thinking, God, is this supposed to be like this? Yes, it is. It is quite a stretch. So up, roll them down, and then head down. I don't really know why the dog decided to go a bit mental next to me. What are you doing, teddy bear? That's it. So keep those shoulders down, keep that head down, and feel that stretch, really strong stretch. Okay, lift your head up and relax out of that. Fantastic. Right. So now we're going to go to the side, and I want you to relax this out that way and that way, okay? So we will come back to the neck. I just want you to stretch all the way up here, okay? The way to do that are simple stretches that we do frequently, but I want you to turn your head. So hands to the side and one arm up nice and tall. And then we're going to lean over. And then the second round, we're going to add something in. So just lean and just feel that massive stretch all the way around the side. And then arm up and then over the other way. Just feel the top half just really relaxing out. Right, now we're going to add the neck in. So all the way up, bring it over, and now look down. Don't move anything else, just your neck, and look down at your hands. Look back up to the center and roll it back up. Okay, second one, all the way up. That's it. To the side, feel that really nice stretch. Just move your head. Look down at your hand. Feel that stretch. It's quite strong. Head back up and back together. Right, okay, we're going to do that again, but we're going to move back to the neck and then move back again to this. So rolling back, shoulders down. This time, instead of down, I want you to come across. So look over your shoulder. So keep it there. Keep your back nice and straight. Remember to breathe and bring it back to center. Stay there with your shoulders and bring it the other side. Very, very strong, this one. Come over as far as you can. And come back to center and relax your shoulders. Wonderful. So now we're going to get our hands involved and actually pull a little bit further. Be careful, very strong for your tendons here. So hand over to the other side. Keep that back straight. Pull. Now bring your hand to the front and twist. So you're looking at your knee. Hold it here, that's strong. Just relax your hand and your head will pop up back up. Ooh. Can give you a little bit of stars, this one, so be careful. Hand over the other side. Keep that shoulder away. Bring it down. Hand forwards. Twist. Look down at your knee. And just head pop back after you release it. Right, so let's try that, the arm up again and bring the head down and see if it feels a bit easier to do that now. So arm up, that's it. Lean it over, looking down, and try and look as far past your hand as possible. Head back and back up. Good. Now you should be able to go like even a millimeter up the other side. Lean it over first. Look down and try and now look past your hand. Sink it down, sink it down. Head up and back up. Wonderful. Just roll those shoulders one more time. Good. Right. Whilst we're here, just bring your hands together and just give them a little roll as well. Clicking, little tiny clicks going around the place, especially if you've been typing, not helping the neck situation, also not helping your wrist. Working too hard, everyone. Working too hard. Right. Give it a shake out. Fantastic. Right. Now let's extend the plane of movement this way. And then I want to come back and do a little bit more neck work. But it should be feeling instantly just a little bit more relaxed now. So bring your legs out. So uncross them or untuck them wherever you were. And just when you're doing a straddle, try not to force your legs out. That it's not that easy. They just need to relax a little bit. So after about 12 to 15 seconds, then we can pull them out a bit more. But you haven't done that movement all day, so just be aware of the fact that it will be very, very tight here. So let's have a look at doing the same movement that we were doing, but with our legs straddled. What I want you to take into account is that you've got to keep your bum cheeks on the floor. So what we're not doing yet is lifting, so don't let that happen. So we're going to put hands down to the behind your legs, one arm up, and then we're leaning it over. It's the same plane that we were doing before. Up. It does feel a little bit different with your legs straddled, and over. You should feel more of a twist, more of a stretch in your back. And back up. Right. You're having to work a little bit harder to keep yourself upright now. Now we're going to go this plane, okay? So across, not side to side, across. So first of all, hand behind you, doesn't matter which one because we're doing both, and then arm up this way. So you're going to bend your back elbow and you'll stretch it here. Now we're coming forwards, if you can, taking hold of your toe and coming over. And again, so bring it backwards and lean back. And forwards, take hold of your toe, shin, wherever you can, and forwards, drop your head. We're not turning our chest to your leg. Your chest stays a little bit further out if you can reach. That's it. And one more time, all the way back. Should be feeling this in lots of different places. Definitely the back of your leg when you're leaning down. And your inner thigh. Good. Okay, bring yourself back up to center. So now this plane. So we'll start hand back, lean it back, bend your back elbow. Now, if you can lean enough where it actually comes with forearm comes onto the floor, absolutely fine. Just don't lift your bum cheeks. And bring it back over. Take hold of your toe if you can. Bring it over. Remember, we're not turning. Keep your chest out. Good. Really try and sink into this one. Everything will be super, super stiff and tight. I know. It should relax. Bring it down, remember. You can bring it right down if you want to. And push back up. Use your hand to push. Leaning it forwards and over. Hold it here nice and low. And bring it back up to center. Wonderful. Okay, now, then you can just bring your legs out a little bit further if you want to. Okay, so just ensure that they're staying out as far as they can and these muscles are feeling stretched. Reposition yourself so that your back is upright. Now, what I'm going to do, just stay where you are. What I'm going to do is flick around slightly so you can see what I'm going to do next. So we've got our legs out as far as we can. Now I'd like you to pick up bum cheeks and just move them out of the way. And what that does is force you forward slightly so you can see there's a difference between me being up here and we're being slightly further forward. It just slightly pushes you forward, but it keeps your back straight. If you are really, really struggling with this, bringing your legs in and bringing your knees up slightly will stop the strain here. And if you can't feel that slightly further forward, sit on a book, just prop yourself up a little bit further, and then that actually forces the situation. So if once you're in your position that you are comfortable with, I say comfortable, you should feel it here still. And we're going to walk forward. Now, it might be the case that you go, that's it, Rebecca, I can't go any further. And if that's feeling like a really good stretch down here, that's where we stay, no problem. If you're like, I think I can do this with my keeping my back straight, then I just want you to sort of creep forwards. Now, I can't go much further than that without having to bend my back. So try and keep that back straight. It's not easy, especially if you do have a desk job, because they are very rarely stretched. Deep breath. Good. And just creep your way back up. Good. If you need to, just give your legs a little jig and then reset. Okay, if they're all just getting really tense, just give them a little pinch and a little jiggle. So now, don't keep your back straight. So we're going to curve. So we're going to curve down. You should better go further. Drop your head. Now, if you can get flat to the floor, that's obviously the ideal, but I don't know too many people who can do that, to be honest. Just drop down. Oh, super tight. Maybe we can go another centimetre. Good. Very slowly bring yourself back up. Inner thigh should be very, very stretched. Feel very stretched. Okay, bring yourself back up. Right, now whilst we're here, I want you to put your hands behind you. And then we're going to push our shoulder blades back and lift. Now don't drop your head, just lift your chest. It's a very open position, this one. Lift your chest. Feel that right round the front. Bring yourself out of that. Good. Okay, just slightly soften your knees, and then we're going to bring our legs together really slowly. Okay, don't shove these together, otherwise it's not going to feel very nice. Okay, just give yourselves a little shake. Okay, whilst we're here, I want you to reposition your bum out again, so making sure you're sat right upright, pointing your toes up and nice and straight, as if I've got that rod in your back again. Lift all the way up. Flex those toes and leaning forwards. Now it really is a hinge from here. Holding onto your toes if you can, and then drop your head. So no matter where you are, just making sure that head is nice and heavy, and that will assist. You should feel this very strongly down the back of your legs. But if you've also got hold of your toes, you can feel it around the back of your shoulder blades. So just push. Push. If you've got hold of your toes, push your toes forwards a bit, drop your head. That should feel really nice around the back of your shoulders as well. It pulls them apart, and if they're really tight, okay, just release slightly. Bring your arms all the way up, so by your ears, and then bring it back down again. Right, okay, let's do that again. So all the way up, flexing your toes, hinge, 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 hinge. Hold on, push your toes forward if you have got hold of your toes to drop your head. Oh, good stretch this one. Breathe. And release. And all the way up. And relax down. Lovely. Okay, just give yourself a little jiggle. Right. Good. So whilst we're in this position, I want to have a look at this plane now. Okay. again, normally dreadfully tight, absolutely dreadful. It's all connected to up here. So we're just going to click, click, click your way out. Keep your legs in front of you. First things first, hand opposite, so you're in the opposite. Bring your hand behind you and then just twist. Just look over your shoulder. You can really hold on to your legs if you want to, just keep it to the side. Try and keep your back straight. Remember to breathe. And curl it back. Opposite side. And to the other side. And squeeze it around. Do remember to breathe. It's quite constricting, this one. And bring it back to the center. Lovely, give your legs a little shake. So now we're going to advance that. If you're like, you know what, that's enough, stay where you are, no problem. If not, just put one leg, cross one leg over the other, bring it up. And then either hold onto your knee or bring your hand over. So it's the opposite hand, bring it over, or opposite hand, bringing your knee in. And then you're going to do the same thing again. So that's how it looks when holding it. That's how it looks. That's stronger. Okay, you can get more leverage to go around. Holding it there and bring it back. Could you just give me 1 second? Harry, can you turn that down, please? Thank you. Okay, so bring yourself back to center and uncross your leg. Opposite leg, if you can remember which one it was. As soon as you bring it up, you'll realize. And then bring it up. Opposite hand, so either holding onto your knee or over your knee. Bring your hand round and twist. So really get some leverage here and twist it around. Or you can hold onto it and keep it nice and close to you. Either one, as long as you're feeling a big old stretch around your glutes and your hips. Back, click, 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 click. Should feel lovely. Good. Okay, bring it back to center. Wonderful. Right, final clicks for our neck, back, mat area. Bring yourself forwards. So you've got some space behind you on your mat. And we're just going to do some simple rolls. So if you really, really struggle with this to get yourself back up, use your hands to get yourself back up, no problem. But you should be able to use the momentum. And we have done this before. So feet off, curl, curl, don't splat, curl. And lift. Backwards, curl, lift. Good. Just keep going. You can also hang here if you want to. That feels nice. If not, you're just holding onto your hand, your knees. Really feel those vertebrae. If you are doing this on a fairly solid surface, just be careful because it can be a little bit tough on your vertebrae, but you should all be on a nice soft mat. Okay, one more for luck. Down, hold it if you want to. And curl it back up. Absolutely wonderful. Right, let's spin it over now. So we're going to bring ourselves onto all fours. Now, the first thing I want to do is for those shoulders, okay, because if they are feeling stupidly tight, this is a really, really nice one. So we're in a child's pose position for your legs. So I want your knees out. And if this is particularly uncomfortable, just lift your bum up a little bit, but I don't want your feet to get pins and needles. So hands in front of you, and with a proper child's, it really is a hinge here. So I don't want you to just sort of go like this, just hinge it from this point here. So you're sticking your bum out, and there's a tiny little arch here. Hands are in front of you, and then you're going to walk it down. So do the hinge first. That will get a stronger stretch. Hands right out. Try and inch them out, and then you put your head down. Breathe and rest. This is just an amazing one for general. You just feel rubbish, just get into this position. It pretty much sorts anything out. But in this particular instance, yes, your hips, but also your shoulders. I want your shoulders to get a good old stretch out because there's a lot of tension back here. So just try and just sink it down. Right. Slowly bring your hands, but keep your forearms on the floor. So we're in this position here, very, very low position. So your bum should be on your heels. This is quite a strong way of doing this shoulder stretch. So if it's too strong, I just want you to come up onto all fours. We're going to feed our hands through and drop. Tilt your head. And that is, you should feel that all the way around the deltoid area, shoulder blade, front of your shoulder, side of your shoulder, and your neck. Pretty much all the places that are super tight. Now we're not going to do the full kit and caboodle with arms and legs and everything. I just want you to hold this down here. Remember, if it is too difficult, you're just bringing it up onto all fours. You're here, okay? This is more strong down here, stronger. Okay, untangle yourself from that one. But come back down onto forearms and then feed that hand through and down. Very, very strong stretch on your shoulder. If you do have a shoulder injury, just be careful. Relax, relax, relax. Good. Okay, and bring it back up. Nice. Okay, back down to your forearms. Right, so now I want to push forward. So knees slightly together and then come up onto your hands and knees, all fours. Okay, little cat stretch whilst we're here. All the way up, nice and strong. Through to the center and drop. Now with this, most people just go, ooh. So just think belly button to the floor, lift my head and stretch my abs out. So your abs, when you breathe in, those abs should be nice and stretched out. Doesn't matter what state they're in, they will get a stretch. Bring them up to the center and curl all the way up, drop your head. Belly button to your spine. Through to center, belly button to the floor. Really feel that arch. Relax. Come back to center. Lovely. Right, now whilst we're here, I want to do some core engagement work. We're going to do some Supermans. Oh, yes. So neck should be nice and soft on this one, okay? So you're not doing that. Just look towards the front of your mat or in between your hands. And we're just going to just think, okay, I'm just going to mildly engage my tummy. So you should feel, you can't see in this top, but it's just a little tiny pull up. That will assist. So we're going to lift one leg and opposite hand. Just lift them. Just lift them. Hold it. Don't wobble about. Give yourself a second. Knee down, hands down. Right. Swapping sides. So we're not going, bringing out. Just lift them. Hold it here. Hold it, and down. Wonderful. Right. Now we're going to hold it and bring your knee and your hands together. So engage, feel that tummy, pulling in slightly, lift hand and knee, and then tap. Hold it in the middle, bring it back out, and put it down. Right, re-engage, other side, lift and lift, bringing it in. Hold it there, bring it out and down. Lovely. Right, mastered, beautiful. Now let's try a tiny bit more dynamic. So we're going to bring this plane, so we're looking at the diagonal. You're going to bring your hand and your leg out and then bring them together. So let me demonstrate if you're not sure. So we're going to lift knee, hand, out. So not forwards, out diagonally. Bring it in, tap, hold, out diagonally. Hold it. This is actually harder than it looks. Keep joining with me. Out to the side. Watch your hips, they don't twist too much. In. Let's do one more. Out to the side, not backwards. Bring it in. Oh, that makes everything work. And down. Whew. Right, reset. Other side. So first of all, lift up. And we're bringing it out to the diagonal. And back in. Hold, tap. Now you might be wobbling around all over the place. Give it a go. Give it a go. Even if you just do one, you'll see your hand or your leg. And out. And back. Your back, you should feel the side of your back having to do some work as well. Here. Out. And back in. And back to center. Oh, right, little dog wag. So bring your knees together. Just pick your feet up. Little dog wag. Very nice. Right, hardest one, so reset. So we are now going to do the same side. Not diagonal, as you can imagine. Forwards, just pick them up, okay? Even if you just pick them up first. So transfer the weight to one side. And we're going to pick them up. Just give it a go. Whoa. Give it a go. Use your hands, use your core, use your glutes, and put it back down. Good effort if you manage that. Right. Transfer the weight over. Using your grip. Oh my God, much harder this side. Glutes activate immediately. Ugh. Come on, core. Hold it. Back down. Well done. Right, now, if you're like, that was hard enough, Rebecca, I'm not doing that again. By all means, just practice that again. If you can bring your arm out and your leg out whilst on the one side, let's give it a go. So transfer the weight, not easy. I'm not 100% sure if I can do this. Hand up, leg up, out. Ooh, oh, there we go. Hold it there. Use your core. Try not to do this whilst talking. Very good. Bring it down and relax. Other side. Just watch your wrists as well. It might take a little bit of strain here. So hand nice and wide. Use your fingertips. Bringing it over. Oh my God, this is the worst side. And up. Hold it. And bring yourself down. I think the trick is not to talk, actually. So bring your knees together and little dog leg. Right. Fantastic. Okay. Just bring yourself back for a second. So we're just going to roll our shoulders and just roll your wrists as well, because they've taken a little bit of strain there. Fantastic. Right. Oof. Okay, so before we get up and finish with some balance work, I just want to, we've really engaged the core now. I want to just do a little tiny bit more, and we're going to do that from a plank perspective. So if you are feeling your wrists a little bit here, and if you haven't strapped them up already, either add your straps on, or that we can work on something a little bit lighter. So if you are starting to feel the stress, I would probably just do the knees version of this rather than the full version. So when you're into a plank position, if you are on your knees, then you're going to bring your hips, you're all advanced enough now that you can bring your hips forward, okay? And then when we're lifting, you just lift a knee, all right? So there's one version. If you're like, nah, I can do the full version, then you're coming up, just make sure I'm not going to fall off the mat, coming up on to your toes. Just hold the plank for a second, and then we're going to lift the toe and down. Lift the toe, squeeze, lift the toe. Come back to plank, squeeze, lift your toe. And again, squeeze, lift. Let's do one more each side. Squeeze and lift. Feeling wobbly, no problem. You've got this. Down and knees down. Lovely. Sit it back if you need to. Just move your wrists if you need to. Roll your shoulders if you need to. Twist if you need to. Okay, all those little movements, just get everything out. Right, now, let's advance that. So again, if you're on your knees, this is the knees version. So forward, and then you're going to pick your knee up and bring it in and down. Pick your knee up, bring it in. Okay, toes version. If you want to try this first, please do. Come down to knees if you need to. Tuck your toes under, engage your core and lift. So slow mountain climber, bring it in and relax, bring it in, reset, bring it in. Nice and slow, no hurry. These are not full mountain climbers, these are slow mountain climbers. Last one. And reset, bring it down. Beautiful. Lovely. Roll, shake it out, little side bits. There you go, fantastic. Right, core engaged. Okay, last one, we're going to do downward dog to a plank. Downward dog to a plank. A little bit less taxing on your core. Back of your legs and shoulders are going to have to take some of this now, okay? So you're coming into a long downward dog, okay? So it is fairly long, so bring your hands and your feet fairly far away from you. Engage your core first, and then you're lifting up into your downward dog. So really sink it down. Just get it there right first. Breathe. Bring your toes, heels away slightly, and then you're coming forwards to your plank. Really try and concentrate. Now re-engage, that's the difficult bit, and sink it back down. Up and forwards. Sink it down, really control. Squeeze up and down. Let's do one more. Shoulders should be feeling this, everything should be feeling this. Glutes, core, shoulders, squeeze. And up. Down. Right, hold it here. I'm going to bring our hands back. Bring them back, bring them back, bring them back. Good to meet. Now, you should feel fairly low because you're stretched out. Drop your head, relax. Get your heart rate back down again. Now just engage those legs and bring yourself up nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Head last. We've been down for a while. Just give yourself a second. Arms all the way up. Deep breath in. And relax down. Okay. Wonderful. Right, now we're up. Just rearrange everything. We're going to finish with balancing. So that's what I said right at the beginning. We're going to do some really sort of slightly more dynamic balances. We've done a lot of the more yoga-based balances, and they're really, really tough. But when you add some dynamism to it, it's actually even tougher. These look easy, but I'm telling you they're not. You know me, you know, I wouldn't do anything that easy. So I'll just find a bit of space so you can see me. The first thing we're going to do is very, very similar to what we did in our hands and knees. We're going to just lift one leg up, okay? So plant one foot, just choose a side. We're going to do both. And then literally just lift your foot off the floor. That's the first bit. Hands together, pick a spot on the floor, staring at it. Then I want you to bend your knee and hinge. So if you stay where you are, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see how far back I am. So as if you're on a high bar stool. Holding it here. Now what will happen, I'll exaggerate, is you might get a bit wobbly. Okay, might get a bit wobbly. That's exactly the point. I need you to stabilize yourself. Try and focus on a spot. Now, also what you'll find is if you're sitting back enough, this will start to engage. You're like, gosh. So stand up and foot down. Get it? Perfect. So other side, stabilize that foot. Lift your foot off the floor. That's not difficult. Hands in front of you. Bend that knee and sit back on that stool slightly. Immediately, quad engages. Glutes should start to engage. Hold it. Balance has to kick in. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Feel that just starting to work. Everything has to start to work. You can exaggerate this by sitting down more. If you're like, nah, I can't feel anything, sit down more. This is the beginning of a pistol squat. It is very hard. And back up. Drop your foot. Beautiful. Right, give yourself a little shake. Now, let's make that a tad more dynamic. So I'm going to turn back to the front. We're doing our, what I'm going to call position A. So this is your position A. We're going to step and swap. So you join me. Get into your position. Step and swap. Just a step, no hop yet. Step. Now you may find that one leg plays up. And step over. And one more back again. Concentrate, concentrate. A lot harder than it looks. Excellent. Manage that with no wobbles. Love it. Right. Always another level. Always with me. We're going to jump it now. So get into position A. Jump. Oh, so much harder. There we go. So teaching this and doing it, not that easy. That's it. Jump it over. Oh, look at this. It's so much harder on one side. And jump. Try and get some air. Get some actual air. Are we doing this? Are we managing this? One more. Jump it up. Whoa. Use your balance. Control yourself. Brilliant. If you manage that with no wobbles, you're a better person than me. Now, that plane, hard enough. Let's tilt the plane. So we're going to do transverse plane now. So we are going to turn. The turn there's all right. It's back again, which is the issue. So we're not going to jump yet. So nice and solid. Position A. Turn it and step. Turn it backwards. So you're going behind you and bring it back again. Try super hard to concentrate. So bring it this way and step forwards. Ooh. Step backwards. Rebalance. Oh, that's harder. Right, let's try the other side. So just come across to the other side of the mat. Okay, position A. Turn it that way. Oh my God, that was horrendous. And back again. I'm much worse on this leg. Bring it there. Hold. And bring it back. Let's do it one more time. Remember, you've got that little dip in your leg. Don't straighten it. Keep it bent. Keep the tension. And back. We got it. Right. You know what I'm going to say. Doing it with a hop now. Much harder. So it's a hop back. Right. So position A. Little jump. Whoa. And jump back. Jump there. And jump back. Very good. Right, let's try the other side. So, hold it. Jump that way. A little twist. And back. Oh, terrible. Rubbish. Oh my God, right. And again. Jumping there. Oh, it's the back. Oh. Brilliant. If you mastered that, fantastic. Now, the final, before we're nearly there. It's all right, we're nearly there. The final one is changing level. So it's not just changing plane, it's changing level as well, much harder. So I want to practice one version and then a hold. So the hold is a little bit more yoga-y, but we'll give it a go and just see if you can get your muscles to work. So what we're going to do is the same hop across, but I want you to come down. So let me demonstrate. So you're in position A, you come across and down. Okay, so you're onto your toes and your hands are on the floor. The trick is obviously coming back up again. So you've really got to push back up. Hopefully that's clear. So position A, bend that knee, hop to the side and down. And then you're hopping back up without falling over. Let's do it one more time on this side. So down and back up. Yes. Right, other side. Oh, I think this is going to be bad. Right, position A, bend that knee, coming this way, hop down, and hop back up. And down. Get a little bit of a swing going on, and back up. Oh, brilliant. Very good if you manage that. Right, so the last one, as I said, a bit more of a hold this time. It's a teeny tiny bit like the eagle pose, but it does require a little bit more leg strength. So position A, we'll do this both sides. Okay, first of all, come down further. So you've really got some pressure here. Hand that is the same as the leg that is up. You're bringing it across. The other hand is coming behind you, basically out of the way. Bring it across, hold it. Now, for God's sake, I can't hold that more than about 10 seconds. It is really strong. You should be wobbling. Bring yourself back up. Oh, God, that is strong. So, other leg. Get yourself into the first position. Squat down. Keep that foot off the floor. Opposite hand. Bring it down. Hand out of the way. Hold it there. So as if you're sitting back on a stool. Glutes should be burning. Quads should be on fire. And 3, 2, 1. Shaking like a leaf. Oh, brilliant. Right, so in future weeks, we'll work on more advanced ones of that, but actually they weren't that advanced and they're really hard. So there's all sorts of things you can get involved with, steps and all sorts of business. So we'll work on those in future weeks, but hopefully that's just an interesting insight to balance training, of which is just a little bit different to something static. When you add some dynamic to it, it does make it a lot tougher and your system's got to work a lot harder. So we'll have fun with that in future weeks, but hopefully that was interesting. So we're just going to finish with a little roll down, a little roll up, and a few little sweeps. So come to the end of your mat, hip width apart, all the way up. Deep breath in. Hands down. Roll it down, chin to chest, roll down. Just flop at the bottom, really heavy, heavy, heavy. Now you should feel that you're a teeny bit lower than when we started. Oh, sink it down, sink it down. And roll up, engage those legs. Stack those vertebrae, roll it up, arms all the way up. Deep breath in. And down. Finishing with a couple of sweeps as we always do. Okay, so bringing it down, up, tiptoes if you can, if your balance, oh, my balance is shot, that's it, all the way down, up, squeeze those glutes, lift, and down. Wonderful, thank you very, very much.